Hello guys, Chris here, welcome back to another video. In this one, my friends, I'm gonna be testing a GeForce RTX 4080 in Call of Duty Warzone 3. They didn't call it Warzone 3, but it's Warzone with Modern Warfare 3, so I guess it's Warzone 3. Anyways, this one is the Founders Edition model of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers as usual, and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Ups GPU Z. Resizable bar is also enabled, and we got 16GB of GDDR6X memory in this GPU. And over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 9 7950X3D with half of its cores disabled because we're only utilizing the CCD with the 3D V cache. So it works like a Ryzen 7 7800X3D. And over on the memory tab, we're using 32GB of DDR5 6000MHz RAM in dual channel. Let's get into it, shall we? First up, let's go over the settings. I'm starting at 4K resolution this time around, and we're also going to test out 1440p, 1080p, which is not as adequate for a 4080, but I'm still curious to see what kind of FPS we get at that resolution. And then, by the end of the video, 8K resolution, okay? Over on the quality settings, we're using the Extreme Settings preset with Fidelity FX CAS enabled at 50% sharpness, because the game is quite blurry at native resolution. This is just a sharpening filter over it, doesn't even lose any FPS, by the way. Oh, and if you're wondering, path tracing and ray reconstruction are turned off because these are only for the gunsmith, firing range, and lobby screens. They're not really enabled inside of the game itself when you're playing it, alright? Anyway, over here, I only changed the depth of field, and everything else is set to the Extreme Settings preset. Let's go! Alright, so apparently I'm the team leader, so please, squad, jump with me. There we go. Okay, look at our FPS. That's good. That's really good, especially for my 120Hz 4K monitor. Oh yes, this is gonna be great, guys. Unfortunately, I'm playing at 60Hz because of the capture card, but hey, it is what it is. I will be playing it, of course, without recording, and when I do so, it's gonna be very, very smooth, as you can see, even at native 4K. I think after all of the games that we've had in 2023 that performed super poorly, I'm actually impressed with this performance. But I mean, the 4080 is a $1,200 GPU. It's very, very expensive. It should deliver this kind of performance, or even better maybe. Like, it's actually dropping from 100 FPS. Of course, we still have DLSS to make things even smoother, but in this game it's not really the best implementation, you know. Still, let's take a look at shooting at the water. Yeah, that drops the FPS like crazy, and apparently it only drops to like 80 frames per second. That's the minimum that we'll see here, guys, so it is gonna be a high refresh rate experience-ish throughout the gameplay session, which is very, very nice. I'm liking this. There's a guy right there. Oh, that's the good thing about the 4K resolution, my friends. You can spot everything from very far away and be super precise with your aim as well. What are these guys doing? Like, does he have friends or something? Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, this is just gonna be a very good experience, as you'd expect coming from an expensive GPU like this one, right? No! No. Ooh, buddy, please. You're good, I got you. Let's go. Guys from my squad, please help. I need your help. There's a guy there. Hey, come on. Oh, boy. No. Where are they? Oh, I need to re-armor up. Okay, wait a second, guys. I really need to enable the DLSS as well, but we're in a bit of a pickle. A little bit of a pickle situation here. Yeah, come on. Got him. Oh, there's more. God damn it. Come over here, dude. Can't he crawl to me? Like, I'd like that. Where's the guy? Where'd he go? There. No! One more down. Okay, what is happening now? Come on! What the heck? Oh my goodness, that was amazing. I don't even know if the FPS dropped there, but you guys saw everything, right? So that was a great performance test. Moving on to DLSS on quality. I think quality is adequate since we're getting so many FPS already. Okay, right away I can tell that things are a lot softer, a little bit blurrier, you know, but it's not a problem still, because I can still spot people at the distance very well. It looks reasonable, okay, but again, this game's implementation of DLSS is not really the best, unfortunately. I'd really like to have seen an update to the DLSS tech that they use in this one, or maybe even an update to the okay, wait a second, to the engine itself, or something, the graphics engine, whatever, just to improve the graphics a little bit, because the game's quite noisy, you know, and that's probably why when you enable upscalers, it becomes so soft compared to other titles. Like, usually when you enable DLSS at 4K resolution, it looks extremely similar to actually 4K resolution at native. Actually, with the RX 6700 XT, when I enabled FSR2, FPS were still very similar to what I was seeing previously with native resolution. And here with DLSS, well, it's pretty much the same thing. We might get like 15, 20 more frames per second, but it's not as big of a difference as we usually see in other games. Look at that. It's even dropping in the freaking 70s at times. Uh-oh, no, okay. And I don't know if I actually got the guy. Maybe he died? I don't know. I don't know what happened there, but something happened and I got some HP. Oh, no. I need ammo. I really need ammo here. I got 8 bullets here, and oh, I was using the other weapon. Never mind. I don't need ammo anymore. There's a guy there. No! What are you doing here? You know what, guys? It is time for us to move away from here. I don't think it's possible to crash into the ground anymore, guys, by not opening the parachute. Why did they remove that feature? That is weird. It's like they're hand-holding you. Like, no, you're not gonna die if you forget to press space. No, we got you. It's all good. It's all good, Crash. Don't worry, you're not gonna die because of that. It makes for some interesting reactions sometimes and gameplay scenarios that I didn't really see coming sometimes, you know? Yeah, now they're gone, guys. So apparently if you get close to water, it gets like 120s. If you shoot at water, it gets like 90s and 80s at times. And if you are around town in a city area like this one without seeing any water, it can go up to like 140 and even 150 FPS at times. And it's a really solid experience, I'm not gonna lie. I could actually play the game all day long like this. I think I would prefer the native resolution just because it's a different look. It's extremely sharp and detailed, and here with DLSS, it just kills the image quality a little bit. So I wouldn't really utilize it in this particular title, since the performance at native was already so good. But if I had a smaller monitor, maybe like a 32-inch or a 27-inch, 28-inch 4K monitor, I would maybe utilize DLSS. You can't really notice the differences that much on smaller monitors because of the higher PPI, you know? There we go. Got him. Alright, overtime is almost over, so I'm just gonna set it to 1440p and play at that resolution in the next one. Here we go, 2560 by 1440 is now the resolution, and we're using no DLSS. I'm actually gonna enable Fidelity FX CAS again. It looks way better with this enabled than disabled, and we're still using the same exact extreme settings. Oh, yes, give me those 200 frames per second. No, it's not. Yeah, it's dropping by a lot now. Okay. I was happy for a few seconds there. And not that I'm not happy right now. These are still very good FPS, obviously. But, yeah, it's not 200 that I was kind of seeing previously. But how is... Come on. Does this have bullet drop or something? That's weird. Okay. Well, I guess we removed the shield from that one. I really hate the fact that that little freaking rectangle is right behind the averages and 1% lows, making it difficult to read. I'm sorry, guys, but... oh my gosh, it's driving me crazy, and it stays there for like 3 entire minutes. Why? You know what? Even if I didn't want to see what FPS I'm getting and so on, with the on-screen display, you know, and the averages 1% lows, I would have been mad because there's a massive rectangle in my screen. Like, that's just weird. Maybe there's a way to get it out of there. I don't know, but okay. Let me know if there is. Oh! Who killed me? Who killed us? Oh my... oh, okay. They got like an airstrike thingy going on. I'm just gonna go straight to the water, and I don't care about anything else. Also, it's so noisy, that water. Jesus, dude. Why? Why can't they make good-looking water in this game? And why is the water the most intensive thing in this game as well? Like, if it looks horrible, it shouldn't be intensive. It kind of seems like they actually tried to make it good-looking, but then it isn't good-looking. Whatever, guys. Look at that crap over there. It's so terrible. Let's use some DLSS now with quality. And at lower resolutions, DLSS in this game starts looking really rough, guys. But at least we're up into the 200s right now, which is very good, of course. Still not good enough for like a 240 hertz monitor. If you want to max out the game, of course, at the same time. A 240 hertz experience would be possible, I think, with a 4090, with DLSS at the same time. Maybe even without DLSS, closer to 200 FPS maybe. But yeah, the 4090 is much faster than a 4080. Also, I gotta mention that if you... Okay, if you want a lot of FPS like we're seeing right now, you will need a CPU that can provide those FPS, of course. That also matters when you're talking about 200 FPS or something like that, or 144 plus FPS all of the time. The 7800X3D is definitely a great option to pair with the 4080 for a gaming PC. I really like my 7950X3D as well, because of the extra cores for rendering video. It's extremely handy for that. But you should be able to achieve the same FPS with something other than these GPUs. I think like a 13900K should be capable of achieving like 200 FPS average in this game. Whoa! Nice shot, okay. Yeah, I was kind of tired of being alive anyways. Come on, okay, got him. Nice. Alright, so let's move on to 1080p, a resolution that I really don't recommend if you have an RTX 4080. Alright, here we go. 1920 by 1080 is now the resolution, using no DLSS here, only Fidelity FX CAS with 50% sharpening, and ooh, things are looking very blurry at the moment, but we're up from 200 frames per second, so at 1080p you can actually get that 240 hertz experience with an RTX 4080. I'm not sure who's gonna pair a $1,200 GPU with a 1080p display, but I mean, there are some very high quality and fast refresh rate 1080p monitors out there. Monitors. Oh, come on, bro! But anyways, this is native resolution as well. No need to use DLSS to achieve those 200 plus FPS most of the time. Of course, near water, you are still gonna drop from 200. But I mean, we're basically nitpicking a little bit. So I really wouldn't use DLSS here, guys, because at 1080p it looks extremely bad. Alright, even native res with sharpening, I mean, it looks way better than without sharpening, but it's still soft, okay? It's still soft. That's crazy, actually. This game... I don't know how the developers looked at it with native resolution and without sharpening and said, yep, this is great. I'm still curious, though, to see the limits of the 7800X3D or 7950X3D without the extra cores that don't have the 3dV cache. So I'm going to set it to 1080p with Nvidia DLSS on performance, or ultra performance actually, just to lower the resolution so much that we actually reach a CPU bottleneck, and apparently this is it. Yeah, GPU usage isn't at 99% all of the time anymore, and we're getting 200. Yeah, it's not locked to 250, but it just gets around 250 looking in all directions here. Of course, the water is a little bit more intensive. It actually becomes GPU bound, even at ultra performance. DLSS and 1080p looking at freaking water. It's so intensive. But yeah, the CPU can indeed achieve like 200 plus FPS all of the time. And lastly, guys, is the 7680 by 4320 resolution. This is 8K, all right, with Fidelity FX CAS. I mean, I'm gonna disable the sharpening. Maybe we get like one more FPS, and it's gonna be worth it at 8K. It doesn't matter really. Oh, it's overtime time. Ooh, it's still getting playable playable FPS. Not good for Call of Duty, but I didn't expect 30 plus. Do you know what's insane, guys? It's not the fact that the 4080 is doing 40 or 30 plus FPS at 8K resolution, which is 4 times the 4K resolution, okay? It's the fact that we have so many games getting these FPS at native 4K resolution. Alright, with the RTX 4080 in 2023. That is what's most insane about this, guys. Like, especially games that use ray tracing by default, they do get around these FPS, you know, at 4K res. Crazy stuff. It's actually really nice to see these kind of performance here. I can still move around and kill people. Look at that. It's still a warm-up, but they were trying to kill me. So I guess it's possible to play like this. Also, another thing that's really impressive here at 8K resolution is that the VRAM doesn't seem to be maxing out. Like, that's allocation. That's why it was super high even at like 1080p resolution. It's not really utilizing all of that VRAM. And it seems like even at 8K resolution, 4 times 4K, it's like having 4 4K monitors at the same time running this game. It doesn't surpass 16 gigabytes in this particular title. Obviously, there are some games out there that even at 4K can utilize 16 gigabytes of VRAM, but this is definitely not one of them. You know what? I'm gonna do like 150% here. This is 12K resolution. Can it handle it? I doubt it. We're gonna heavily run out of VRAM at this point. Yes. Okay, so I think it's gonna crash, guys. We're successfully applied 12K resolution, my friends. Holy crap. Oh, it's breaking up. Okay, it just can't handle anything. This is so interesting. I've never seen this happen, actually. Oh, thank you, Warzone, for showing us some interesting things. It's probably due to the shadow quality detail or something like that. You know, because it's only inside of here that this happened. Now the question is, can we actually bump it up to 200% and play at 16K resolution? Shh, what the hell happened there? What was that? All right, I just clicked apply. Ooh. Oh! Yep, it just crashed. There's one more thing I want to do, and that's play at 8K with like performance DLSS. Let's see how it does. All right, back to 8K resolution. DLSS is set to performance now. I can't really change this, by the way, and set like 16K performance or ultra performance. That doesn't work, unfortunately. But everything else is still on the extreme settings. Let's go. Oh boy, look at that, guys. It's actually above 60 FPS. Let's go. Yes. Yeah, shooting the water, it drops into the lower 40s. That's the problem with having like 60 to 70 FPS most of the time in this game. There are some situations where it's gonna drop into the 40s. But it is playable. So yeah, if you really, really wanted to, you could play this game at 8K with a 4080 with performance DLSS. I mean, even without performance DLSS, it still gets 30 plus. But yeah, at 30 FPS, I really don't recommend it. But here, well, I still don't recommend it, obviously, but it's way better than I expected here. The 4080 certainly surprised me here at the 8K resolution, especially. At the other resolutions, it's provided an awesome experience, of course. A little bit worse than I expected at like 1440p, but still a flawless experience, you know, so nothing to complain about here. Thanks very much for watching. Catch you in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.